Welcome, everybody. It is May 8th, 2026, and it is a new episode of Not So Young Lions. I am Max Dinnerberg. I am joined, as always, by Mr. Blackhawk himself. Welcome into our New Japan exclusive podcast. We talk only all things New Japan. Today, we got a pretty big show to talk about. 2 nights of wrestling Dontaku 2026. A lot of new champions, a lot of big news to talk about as we're going into Best Super Juniors starting up on Thursday, Dominion coming up as well in the next month. So tons of things to talk about in the world of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Really happy that all of you guys are joining us. Moxley is back with us. Mox, really happy we haven't seen you in a while, my dude.
Yeah, brother.
Happy to have you back joining us here. Please welcome in everyone. If you're watching us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, however you're watching us, welcome. If you have somewhere you can hit that like button, please hit that like button, guys. Helps get our videos out there to new viewers who are not familiar with our content, so please hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to Body Slam on Patreon as well, guys. You can see the link. I'm going to keep it going down there throughout the entire show. It's the best way money-wise to help us out here. So please subscribe. We have exclusive breaking news, including tonight's SmackDown rundown. That's going to be up early for you guys on Body Slam Plus, which is on the Patreon. So please do that as well. Follow us across our social medias. Blackhawk, before we get started, how you doing on this Friday evening here?
Tired, but it's the weekend. Dontaku was pretty good. I'm pretty excited for Super Juniors. Noah is also starting their tag tourney next week, so I'm pretty excited about that. Lots of things to look forward to in this week as well as this weekend. So
yeah,
now the weekday work is done, and now we can have fun. So
that's the whole point of doing these podcasts. Also at this time of day, it's a great way to end. Begin our Friday evenings here. Hopefully you guys do the same thing. Obviously, we know SmackDown. We got Backlash tomorrow night, which I'll be on the post show for here for Body Slam. So please join me around 9:30 Eastern time for that post show. AEW has a pretty special 1-hour program tomorrow. And then we have Super Juniors starting up on Thursday. And I will say we're going to talk about the Super Juniors towards the end of this podcast today, but it's going to be all Super Juniors really for the next 3 shows after this, at least 3 shows, 3 to 4. Really, the next month of podcasts will be mostly centered on Super Juniors because they don't end until June 7th. So we're going to probably be breaking down the rankings, some of our favorite matches of the week. I think is a great thing that we'll probably be doing starting next week. So when we do the podcast next week, we'll have 1 night of Super Juniors. But again, that's when all the wrestling's happening. So it's a great night. We'll talk about our favorite matches and some of our dark horses to pick. But we're here to talk about wrestling Dontaku. Before, again, a quick programming note here quickly, but wanted to get this out of the way before we continue on, guys. The rest of the podcast, Blackhawk and I were very aware of all the stuff that took place today revolving around Body Slam. We're not going to comment on anything revolving around Body Slam as a company, anyone who's left. We're here to focus on New Japan Pro Wrestling. We're giving you some content for you guys today. So if you're here to speculate or say anything rude to anyone who's left or Body Slam as a whole, we're just not going to take that stuff. We'll ban you. We'll get you out of here. And just be kind. Good people are still here at Body Slam. Good people left. All good people around. So we're not going to speculate or talk about anything that's going on behind the scenes, but just wanted to say that before we get into today's podcast. Let's get into wrestling Dontaku night 1, which took place on Sunday morning here East Coast time. Pretty good show. I would say the main event might have been my favorite match of the 2 nights of Dontaku. And Moxley won. Hashtag Body Slam hire Moxley. There you go. Those are the comments. Fire away. Those fun type of comments. But I thought this show was quite solid. I thought, earlier, I wish Oscar and Nita Weiss were used better on these 2 nights of Dontaku. They were just in kind of throwaway tag team matches. But the first thing of note on night 1 was did have an 8-man tag. TMDK losing to Desperado, Taichi, Uemura, and Mystico. But after the match, we found out that there was going to be a junior heavyweight tag team title match on night 2, where we were going to see Fujita and Eagle defend those titles against Desperado and Mystico. It was actually kind of cool. We had 3 different languages in this promo. We had Fujita and Despi speaking Japanese in the promo. We had Mystico speaking Spanish. And we had Robbie speaking English. That is just the brilliance of international wrestling and the fact you don't need to all speak the same language if you get the same point across. What did you think? We'll talk about the match in a bit, but what did you think of them setting up this impromptu tag title match for night 2?
I thought the setup was awesome. Mystico had been on Twitter and Instagram, trying to get that set up to almost no answer.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool to see a payoff for Mystico. And the match itself was really good. But yeah, I think the payoff for that specific match was them going face to face and then putting the title belts on the line for the next night. And so I thought it was awesome. I love Ichiban Sweet Boys, and then Mystico and Despi made a much better tag team than I thought they would.
Yes.
So I'm all for it. I think it's going to be awesome with them running the tag division as we know now.
Yeah, I think it was a team that I was not expecting. They were supposed to have another 8 to 10 man tag on the next night, but I like that they did a junior heavyweight tag title match. Mystico challenged and Robbie completely accepted, which I like. There wasn't a debate or someone scared or nothing like that. Moxley saying Desperado and Mystico is a nuts dream team. They really are a dream team. Very different luchadors. Despi is more of a deathmatch submission guy, and Mystico is the high-flying, stereotypical luchador. But again, he's the most famous outside of Rey Mysterio. He's kind of the number 1 famous luchador in the world. He is such a big deal. He feels like a superstar when he's obviously in CMLL. He's a mega star, but you feel that when he's in AEW once in a while. And you did feel that he got a big ovation throughout the night for both nights, which is very rare for that type of talent in Japan specifically. Put Mystico and Despi in Junior Tag League. We'll see if they're still champs by Junior Tag League. That's a while from now. But yeah, I'm very fascinated. Mystico is doing all 3 companies pretty consistently lately. So he's definitely using that forbidden door lightly. I do think, though, Blackhawk, what really hurt this show is there are 2 of the 3, big matches were House of Torture matches where there were so many shenanigans in both matches that luckily the main event was unbelievable. That it saved, I think, people maybe overwhelmed by the show as a whole. But again, we had Aaron Wolf. He beat Don Fale. Knew that was going to happen, but there were just so many shenanigans with this match. I did think the finish was great, him angle slamming Don Fale. That's a big dude to be throwing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
They did make Aaron Wolf look very strong. He did challenge Narita in the next match after that match was over, but yeah, this was a weird I would have split up these matches on one night and have the other on the other. It just felt like it was rinse and repeat the same exact match where you had a very big guy looking very good like Oleg or Wolf, and then they're just getting complete shenanigans. Now, luckily, Wolf won. Narita retained the never weight title, but what were your thoughts on stacking these matches back to back and the effect of that?
Yeah, it was crazy to kind of put them back to back, but if you're gonna have them, I guess do them back to back to get it over with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, the Bolton Oleg and Renardo wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
actually was a pretty good match until the shenanigans started. Don Fale and Aaron Wolf, I think we talked about it a little bit last week where I said this was kind of a make or break moment for Aaron Wolf. And I think he definitely broke through, and he's got a good set now to where he can kind of move out of the House of Torture vortex and hopefully make his way on. There's other championship belts in in New Japan that he can challenge for.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be fighting House of Torture again, but he will be. But yeah, the ripping the shirt and then angle slamming Don Fale was so awesome. That popped me crazy. So I am back on the horse for Aaron Wolf. I remember the beginning of the year, we were very, very high on him, thinking he might be challenging for the heavyweight title, but I don't see that anymore. Maybe next year if they really put some effort into him, but they've kind of stifled his run and his popularity. As far as a wrestler, I think personality wise, he's still very popular in Japan. But yeah, as far as a wrestling career, they kind of stifled him, made him look a little bit worse than he probably is. But yeah, I think this Don Fale match is a good turning point for him, especially just for this year at the very least.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to get my tweet out for everyone. Yeah, it's funny. Wolf has literally been feuding with this group for 5 months now. Like literally since the his entire New Japan career has been feuding with House of Torture. Like he debuted, interrupted Evil, set up the match against Evil at the Tokyo Dome, and here we are. It's the first week in May, and we're still talking about Aaron Wolf wrestling House of Torture. Like I do think we want to see him do other stuff because these singles matches have so many shenanigans to it, and I don't think it's going to be best for the idea where Aaron Wolf is. I think he is a really good wrestler. We just haven't seen him in those, like other than the Evil match. Even the Evil match had a lot of shenanigans, you know. So I think there's an opportunity for Aaron Wolf. I think if he beats Ren Narita for the never openweight title, maybe we get some new challengers and can freshen up the mid card. But yeah, he needs to stop wrestling these guys. I think we've been there. We have done that. Moss says he hates House of Torture now. Are you saying that because Evil is gone? This was the biggest House of Torture fan.
Yeah, you were high on House of Torture for a long time.
Let's just take House of Torture out of the company, except Doki. In his matches with House of Torture, he either looks really strong or stupid. That's my problem with the booking of House of Torture. It makes the company look stupid. It's like no one in the company just is not going to allow interference in these matches. And then it makes the wrestlers stupid when they get shocked there's interference. Like, they're like, oh my God, someone hit me from behind. Oh my God, really? That happened? I'm like, dude, it's a House of Torture match.
Yeah. Like we're not getting straightforward House of Torture matches. We haven't had one in at least 2 years.
Yeah, like in the Oleg match, like why are they all waiting until they come out? Like they should already be out there. Waiting for House of Torture to interfere. Why are they waiting for House of Torture to already interfere and ruin the match, and then all the baby faces come out? I'm like, why?
I guess it's because they are baby faces. Like baby faces are always reactionary because the heels are always actionary. And so I think it makes sense in a heel face sort of way, but at the same time, logically, if you have a match with a House of Torture member, you should just bring people with you to begin with.
Yes, I completely agree. It honestly makes me frustrated because I agree. I think Ren Narita is he has the highest upside out of the guys right now in House of Torture from like a future potential. He can be one of the guys for New Japan. But again, I think they're setting up Wolf and Narita. We're probably going to get that at Dominion, I would think. And I do think they just need to have Wolf win back the title and move on.
Yeah.
And have House of Torture do other stuff. But we got to break down this unbelievable main event. Andrade and Tsuji, who truthfully have absolutely incredible chemistry in the ring. This is their second match in a mere 2 months. And I thought this, and I was in Trenton for their first match. As Moxley says, I'm United, a United
Callis family empire member.
That's probably how you can say this faction, because Andrade for some reason is in United Empire.
It is very funny because like Andrade is in United Empire as well as the Don Callis family, and now Takeshita is in the Don Callis family and is with Hantai. And which is a face group.
And Osprey's in United Empire, but now he's Death Riders.
Yeah, he's like Death Riders, and he's like anti-Don Callis.
Like,
they're just like marrying groups together.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but
Don Callis is getting his fingers in every single group in New Japan is what's happening. Soon he's gonna have a House of Torture members.
Yeah. I thought this match was the best match of Dontaku both nights. Andrade is easily the best in-ring performer we've gotten in wrestling this year. I just think he is hot as ever. And also, Randy, I see you out there. Thank you so much for joining us, Randy. I see you liked us on Facebook or loved us on Facebook. Really, really appreciate your support as always. Yeah, I think Andrade is just having an absolute killer run in any company he's working for over the last 6 months at this point. As I was starting to say, I liked their match in Trenton at New Beginning. I thought this match was a lot better. I thought it had a lot more drama to it. It's funny. There wasn't a lot of drama of Andrade beating Tsuji in that first match, and you can really feel the 50-50 element of this, where obviously it was supposed to be Tsuji versus Gabe. Clearly, Gabe was going to win this title, which I find fascinating. If what would have happened, obviously Gabe got hurt. And Andrade comes in, and we both deliberated, like, is this just a substitution thing where they're going to have Tsuji win and maybe spark a new feud, or will they pull the trigger on Andrade? And we both did say we thought they were going to pull the trigger on Andrade, and this was going to be the story for Tsuji, losing both titles already. It's May, and he's already lost both the world title and the global title. But I got to be honest, that finish to this match was that DDT where they're both on the top rope. I think Andrade is just going to throw him down to that top turnbuckle, but he takes him all the way to that back post. Andrade looked like he broke his back just falling off the top rope out of the ring, but Tsuji took an absolute nasty DDT. And Andrade comes in, hits the finish and the win. That was an unbelievable finish. What were some elements of the match that you liked, and just talk about the match in general?
Yeah, I think I agree with you that this match was the best match of the entire Dontaku.
Yeah.
My favorite moment of this whole match was I don't remember how they set it up, but Andrade was halfway out of the ring through the ropes, and Tsuji comes, and I don't really know what he was trying to do, but Andrade just power slams him on the side of the apron.
Oh yeah.
That got me jazzed up. I was like, that's so sick. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've like thought about as if I was going to like be in a wrestling match. I was like, I bet that's possible. I don't know if I could do it, but I bet that's possible. And seeing him do it was so sick. But yeah, Andrade's been on a tear this year, whether it be AEW, CMLL, or New Japan.
Yeah.
Wherever he's touching the mat, he's doing great. And Tsuji's so interesting because he's got incredible chemistry with like a handful of guys that if you know they're like matched up against each other, you're about to see a match of a lifetime. Like him, Gabe Kidd, Andrade now, I think. Their match in New Jersey. Yeah, and Callum. Their match in New Jersey was really good, but I think this one allowed some drama build up and really put like they were selling each other's moves like crazy. Yeah. Like Tsuji hit the in the air Gene Blaster.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Crazy spot. Because I love the Gene Blaster. It's not like a regular spear where he's running at you like a spear, but then he picks you up and throws you down. And it looks so unique and different, especially midair. Doing that was awesome. That was sick. But
yeah, anytime you see Tsuji against, like, there's a handful of guys. Anytime you see Yota Tsuji versus
he's had a good year.
These guys, you know it's going to be a great match, and this is another one. Andrade, I think a lot of the drama also comes from his time with AEW, and building up, their feud with MJF, wherever that is going to lead. They don't still have like a clear path for that because MJF is still like feuding with Darby as well. So
his booking's been weird on AEW lately. Very weird.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's great, but it is kind of an interesting like dynamic where Gabe Kidd is out, and Andrade steps in, and we were debating whether it was just like a happenstance, or were they willing to belt up Andrade because they didn't earlier in the year. And I think it's a good move to put the belt on him. Yeah, I really do.
He looked great with the belt on Dynamite.
Yes.
He looked really good with the belt on Dynamite. Yeah, because he's beaten Kenny Omega this year. He's beaten Swerve this year. He beat Bandito at Revolution this year. He is on an absolute tear. And I do want to see more stuff with actual United Empire, like other than posing for we'll talk about the amazing press conference that they had after Callum won the title on Monday. The Callum and Ospreay feud, you can tell they're really bubbling that right now. Andrade's not there. So I do hope they actually incorporate Andrade more into this United Empire angle. Fascinated with Tsuji. We'll see Tsuji's talk for after the Callum match, because we'll talk about what happened on Wednesday. But I just thought this match, 33 minutes. They got a lot of time to work, because the other two matches before this were kind of quick, 10, 15-minute matches. They let Tsuji and Andrade go to work. Andrade, by that moonsault where he misses and lands it, goes into another one. I don't think that move ever gets old. I think at a point I was like, this probably will get old. Never gets old.
It's a super sick move when he can get it on. Like sometimes when people move a little bit too far and it looks a little off, but if the other person can line it up great, it's one of the sickest moves in wrestling, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I've been watching Andrade for over a decade. Never saw him hit that DDT off the corner post from the top rope. That was great.
I did see a clip of him doing it when on his first run in New Japan, when he was still wearing the mask. I can't think of what his name was.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who he did it to either. But it was just as nasty.
It was gross,
dude. It was nasty. I was like, this is the good kind of sick.
Yeah, I first of all, I wanted to make sure Andrade was, because his back, I mean, you heard him fall on the ground. I was like, oh my God, they even missed Tsuji, because you're like, oh my God, what did happen to Tsuji? But you're thinking of Andrade just fell off the top rope straight out of the ring. Like, that was unbelievable. He is the new global heavyweight champion. Again, I thought this match was exceptional. Andrade, and also, sorry, let's finish this. After the match, he goes, he says, people think I'm just an AEW guy, but I'm a New Japan guy. I'm signed to New Japan as well. He says, I'm not going to be a part-time guy. Like, I'll be here defending this title and representing. He said, AEW is in my blood, but also New Japan's in my blood. And he said, anyone who want to come out can challenge me right now. And Drilla Maloney and Shota Umino came out after the match. Which I thought was interesting, because I thought they were setting up Umino and Takeshita to keep things going, but I guess now they're in the same faction, no longer can probably be feuding for the TV title. But
yeah, I
think there's going to be a triple threat at Dominion, because that's what Andrade said. Cool, triple threat sounds good to me. Just let me know when you want to do it. I assume they'll do a Dominion. Is this the time to go Drilla Maloney as a guy here? Like, this is a big opportunity for him. This is the 1B title. It is a triple threat match where I do think there's a good excuse for having Andrade not involved in the pinfall to lose his title. I don't think he's going to be committing all the time in the world to New Japan. I'm fascinated what they do with this triple threat. Do you like, first of all, Drilla and Umino being the guys challenging him next?
I do. I think Umino, we talked about this last week too, is Umino has really proven himself since Wrestle Kingdom last year. He's really bounced back and has been a very, very integral part of the company. Mm-hmm. I think he definitely deserves this chance. And Drilla as well. I think he's worked his tail off and he's stuck with New Japan when most of the Bullet Club left.
Yep.
So I think that he deserves at least a shot. I don't think they pull the trigger here.
Okay.
I think they do pull the trigger on him with this belt this year. I don't think it's here though. I think it's going to be in a singles competition.
Like, I think he's going to be like, maybe Andrade pins Umino and they do. And again, Moxley wants to see Drilla versus Andrade. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think the triple threat will be an incredible match.
Yes.
But I think Drilla will end up beating Andrade in a one-on-one situation at some point if somebody doesn't beat Andrade first.
Yeah.
But I think we'll go into probably go into Wrestle Kingdom, and Drilla will have at least held the belt at some point.
I would like that to be the case.
Yeah.
We're both big fans of his. Joe Malone needs to win. I can really see him pinning Umino and winning the title and then doing it a one-on-one match for Andrade and then beating Andrade. I can totally see him doing that. We said this a year ago. We were like, he is such a bona fide guy for them, will be a big star for them. Worked out that he stayed because he was alluding to a lot of different options for him. But he just looks like a star. His finish is great. He comes out in that stew. He's a good-looking guy, jacked, but he can really do it in the ring, has amazing personality. I just think he's the whole package. I'm very excited that he's in this spot. I could see them having him have an amazing run for the G1 this year, and maybe after that they pull the trigger on him being in the global heavyweight stuff.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah.
He's like he and Shingo had an incredible run in the tag league last year, towards the end of the year. I think if he can pull off an incredible G1 run, there's no reason why they wouldn't put the global title on him at after the G1's all said and done.
It's a wild card. We've talked about this last week. I really don't know who they're really going to get for the G1. Like, is it just going to be New Japan guys? Are they going to grab CMLL, AEW people? I am very fascinated in this year. And now I think tell me where they'll have Drilla, because I think he'll be in it again. Last year was like a taste. Like, he's in it. Yay, finally. He's not a junior heavyweight. But saying that he would eat the AEW roster alive. I think it did work out that he's staying in New Japan.
Yeah.
It really helped Callum developing in New Japan. I think it's going to really help Drilla. Just like it helped Gabe. Gabe developed all in New Japan. I think it was time for Gabe to leave and do his own thing in AEW. I think it was a good idea for Drilla to stay because I think they will book him as a main event guy over the next year or two. I do believe that. Let's move on to night 2. We have new junior heavyweight tag champs. I guess we already talked about this. We had Mystico and El Desperado. They beat Fujita and Eagles. I thought Mystico was awesome in this match. He really got the crowd involved. If you're not familiar, the crowds in Japan take a lot for them to cheer. He did a great job keeping the fans engaged throughout the entire match. He was clapping, the top ropes up. Him and Fujita had great chemistry, I thought, in particular in this match. Shocked by the result. I did not think Fujita and Eagles were going to drop because they just beat Robbie X and Taiji for this title like a week or two ago, and they already have now dropped the titles to Mystico and Despy. What are your thoughts on them becoming? I guess we let to talk about the match itself. Did you like the match?
Yeah, the match was really good. Mystico, easily one of the best luchadors ever. Despy, I love watching Despy. I watched the Deathbane Invitational.
Yeah.
Not great, but it wasn't for me. I watch it every year, and then I'm like, yeah, maybe death matches aren't for me. But I do love when Despy has a good, just regular one-on-one match. And this tag match was great too. I was a little shocked they dropped the belts because I don't know how committed Mystico is to working New Japan. Like, he just signed a dual contract with AEW and CMLL. I don't think he really signed for New Japan, but they're all friendly and they all swap talent pretty frequently. So I'm not shocked to see him here, but I am shocked that they put a belt on him when he's not technically, I guess, under contract. So yeah, I'm all for it. I enjoy it. I do love when they kind of bounce titles around.
Okay.
I don't think they'll hold it long.
No.
And I think it'll kind of, I think the junior tag titles will kind of bounce for a little bit.
That's fine.
Before they really find a good strong home while they build up the junior tag division for junior tag league later on this year.
Again, we're having Best of Super Juniors, and I think Moxley is correct, which is I do think. No, not this. I do think they want to give Fujita this. I do, and I guess we can spoil it. I think Fujita should win Best of Super Juniors, and I think he should beat Doki for the title. Yeah, I think they're dropping the title, so Fujita now has nothing to defend. He can go bonkers in Best Super Juniors, and I think he should win. I think it's time to give Fujita just a big, big moment, Blackhawk.
Oh yeah, I agree. Fujita is my pick more than likely. I need to refresh myself on the full list, but Fujita is really the only one that really sticks out to me as a potential winner. I know they've got a lot of really good names. We're going to get a lot of good matches, but yeah, Fujita has been putting in a lot of work. If anybody really deserves a junior title, it's Fujita. Yep.
Let's move on to another exciting part. The beginning of a massive night for the United Empire. Will Ospreay, Hanare, and Great-O-Khan defeat Bishamon and Bonoleg for the never open weight 6-man titles. Not shocked they did this. We kind of said Ospreay is really committing to this year for New Japan. And that Great Blade Bomb, I think is what they called it, was insane. Where Hanare and Great-O-Khan held up one of them and Ospreay hits the hidden blade into a power bomb. You're like, that pretty much should do it. I thought Ospreay gets a massive reaction in Japan. They do all the Ospreay chants, and you can just tell he is such a. I love him in AEW. I do. There is nothing like him wrestling in New Japan. You can kind of tell he's a lot not freer, but I think he likes the difference between both and going back and forth. Him and Hanare and Great-O-Khan. Again, Great-O-Khan and Hanare are working heel. They want Ospreay to jump them. And before, when the match started, didn't want to do it. But as the match went on, he kind of agreed with what they were doing. They get the win. And after the match, they wanted to attack them as well. And Ospreay broke and did hit the. And this is actually, sorry, that happened at the main event. We'll talk about that in a second. But what are your thoughts on this never open weight 6-man title match?
I thought the match itself was good. I really enjoyed the storytelling with United Empire that they've been telling for the last couple of weeks with Ospreay, trying to still be a face, trying to still be a good guy, and United Empire is all heel. So, Great-O-Khan and Hanare are more than happy to just beat the hell out of somebody, and Ospreay is not quite at that point yet. We see that twice in this one night. We saw it in the night before with their match that they had, where Ospreay was calling them off. And so I think this match was great. I love Bishamon, big Bishamon guy. But I do see the vision of them holding the 6-man tag belts, as well as Andrade winning the global and Callum Newman being the heavyweight champion.
Yes.
All gold going to United Empire at this moment.
Yep. It's all theirs. I just respect Ospreay. He's he just gets back. He's like, I want to go to Japan now. Right away. He's working Japan, then going back to the States for AEW on he was there on Wednesday doing Dynamite after wrestling on Sunday and Monday in Japan. Can't help but love the guy. He does love both companies, clearly, and it's very awesome. Just want to shout out Drexel saying, go Sixers. Go Sixers. That's what I'm doing after this is watching the Sixers game tonight. Hopefully we get that big, fat dub tonight. We also have a shout out to Blackhawk here as well. Mox is saying Dontaku did not have enough clown Jake Lee.
I agree.
No,
I agree.
He had plenty of clown Jake.
He should have had 3 matches on every night. He should have been the main event and the opener for both nights, and then just been middle of the night match. Jake Lee versus everybody.
Yeah, I get it. Let's just see. United Empire on top. I will let you answer this question, by the way. Do you think Andrade does the G1 this year?
I think so. I think if we're only 2-ish months away from the G1. We're starting in Chicago. I don't see why Andrade wouldn't do the G1. especially if he's still holding the global championship. I think he'll be a big participant in the G1. I would assume that he ends up probably at the top of one of the blocks.
Okay.
But yeah, I do think we will see an Andrade G1 run this year, and I think it's going to be really good.
I think it all depends on his booking in AEW. If they need him throughout the summer, I don't see him committing to. People forget this is a long commitment doing the G1. It's not like it's like a month, isn't it? Basically, straight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure. Let me have the dates out actually for me right now. So the G1 starts on July 11th. It does not end until August 16th. So that's over a month. And I think the tough thing for AEW wrestlers is it's basically an every other day event. Plus, it's the heat of AEW's most popular time. It's leading into All In. So if Andrade, again, but look, Takeshita did the G1 last year. So yeah. I think it all depends on the booking of these people in AEW. Like if Tony puts them in big feuds going to All In, I don't see them committing a month in the middle and then only have 2 or 3 weeks to build up for All In. So I think Andrade, I could totally see him losing the global title to Maloney and then doing the G1 and making a run. I'm very split on it. Shout out to Black Hawk and me. Thank you, including me now in the shout. Thank you so much, Stutters. Our stocks are rising through the roof. You should have had 4 matches. Put Jake Lee on Forbidden Door in the main event for the no.
Yes.
No,
yes. Put every belt on the line for Jake Lee.
No one wants that. I don't care, Moxley. Wait, you count as no one in that opinion. Okay.
Look, I'm with you, Mox.
No one needs to see Jake Lee and Darby Allin for the world title at Forbidden Door.
Jake Lee needs to be a world champion in every company.
It's ridiculous.
He needs a global contract to just be able to challenge the top champion across the world.
I am so not a Jake Lee person at all. Character, in ring, none of it. It didn't help that he was Tsuji's first challenger out of the gate for the world title. I was like, this is really what Tsuji's doing post beating Takeshita. Jake Lee's kind of just like there now. He's like, he gets a pop. He wears a mask in the ring, and every time he takes it off, he wears new face paint. The whole crowd goes, "Ooh, my God, he's got new face." I'm like, guys, you knew it's gonna be new face paint. Like, he's not Sting. Like, let's relax here. Callum Newman did beat Shingo Takagi here at Blackhawk in the main event. Another really good match. I really more want to talk about the story here. So after the match, Blackhawk, All United Empire comes in, and I'm not even playing that comment up, Moxley. I'm not even playing that comment up, okay? So, what was I saying? The after stuff, right? So after the match, All United Empire, including Andrade, they all come out, they celebrate, and then Callum says, Ospreay, you better hit Shingo right now. Ospreay's like, why would I attack? And then he kept calling him Death Rider Ospreay, Death Rider Ospreay. And then Ospreay hit the hidden blade on Shingo. Then they celebrated. They were cool. And then on the post-match press conference, Callum's like, he's sick of this. He's like, we're United Empire going to go party. Ospreay, Death Riders are not even here. And Ospreay was like, whoa, it's like, is this really what's about to happen? He did call him a Death Rider like it was a slur. And Callum did a really good job selling that. He's like, you're a Death Rider? You're like, whoa, that is so offensive. What did you think about all of this progression here, Blackhawk?
I think it's good because they, for the most part, have kind of ignored what's going on in AEW in New Japan. We talked about it just a little bit ago with the Don Callis family having his fingers in now 2 different groups with United Empire and Honkai, and so it is very interesting that this is what they pick for like their crossover event, I guess you could say, is Will Ospreay being part of the Death Riders. And he's like, not even really part of the Death Riders. He's just training with them. So it is quite interesting. I was very happy with Osprey working with Mox. I think I hope that some of Mox's killer instinct will rub off onto Osprey. But this could mean we start seeing the Death Riders in New Japan soon, which I would not hate. Like if they kick Osprey out, who's gonna have his back? And it's gonna be John Moxley and the Death Riders. And it's gonna get a crazy pop out of me. Like I don't care about what anybody says. The moment I hear, bah, 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 I'm gonna go crazy.
You want Blood and Guts, United Empire versus Death Riders was what you want.
I would go insane for that. I would be standing the entire time.
I just think this is such a long-term thing. Like I don't think they're breaking up Osprey in this group for a while. Osprey, Callum, like again, people think maybe Forbidden Door, but people don't realize that's in like a month and a half. I just don't know if they're pulling.
This is a Wrestle Kingdom thing for sure. There's no doubt about it.
And Callum going over, obviously.
Yeah.
Callum's doing a really good job. He's being such a good dickhead. They need to do Anarchy in the Arena at Wrestle Kingdom. Whoa, that would be kind of nuts. I don't think they would. I don't think they can go a Wrestle Kingdom without putting the world title on the line. Is the truth. Like,
I think it would. I don't think it would.
Osprey, like if Osprey costs him the belt before then, and it's just that cool, they can probably do. They've done a double steel cage in New Japan before. I could see them doing that. But I don't know who would be Callum. They're doing Callum and Tsuji again. Tsuji won a tag match, and Tsuji pinned Callum in that tag match. So they're doing Tsuji and Newman at Dominion. Callum should absolutely win this match again, and I hope we get a darker Tsuji. Honestly, Unbound Company needs some heat, and they have no heat at this point. So I hope Tsuji loses another big match, and then we get Tsuji in a different direction.
Yeah, the only heat we really get out of Tsuji is FU AEW.
Yeah,
that's like the only heat we really get out of them. I do hope that he loses this match against Callum and really kind of buckles down and locks in for the G1 and puts on. Because I think Tsuji is easily one of the top performers in New Japan without a doubt.
I love Tsuji. I do. I love him.
And I think he could really just kind of lock in, stop smiling, and really just give it everything he's got.
Yeah.
And have an incredible G1 run and probably win the G1 this year.
Yeah. Tsuji, I think last year probably was the year to pull the trigger and win the G1. They didn't do that. But I want a darker, I think Unbound, it's weird. They need a babyface faction, like a good, hot babyface faction. Yui is heel. You have House of Torture. I was about to say, we need a dark Tsuji, but I really do think they need, a really good babyface faction.
Yeah, Honkai is like a pseudo faction almost. It's like,
it's kind of like Chaos.
Or like a Abomination where they just they're a group, but they're not really they're not really doing much as a group. They're just kind of individuals that look out for each other at the most.
Yeah. But Tsuji won't find. If he doesn't. This is one of our best comment sections of the podcast, I would say so far. I do love Tsuji. He's had an amazing year. He's clearly a top guy for them. Callum has, in a lot of people's eyes, and I agree, he's the guy clearly right now for them. He's so charismatic. He's so good in the ring. His back and forth running is incredible. Like, you think Braun Breaker's incredible? This guy, he sometimes overruns too much when he's going through the ropes like that, Callum. He's got really good entrance music, by the way. I love his entrance theme. I think it's phenomenal. Him being such a cocky douchebag because he's the youngest world champion in the history of the company, and he's doing this, being a cocky douchebag, the freaking Will Ospreay. I think it's great. And it is only going to benefit one person, and it's Callum Newman. He's going to be seen as an ultra top guy after he is done, once Ospreay is done this element of New Japan. Like when
100%.
Ospreay finally puts him over, it is going to be he will be seen as the top guy, not in the two major companies. I do think he'll be seen in that way because he's only like
100%.
22, 23 years old.
Yeah,
like,
he's the youngest champion. He's got a
yeah
ton of life ahead of his career, and he can only go up.
Yeah, he's turning 24 in August, so he's 23 years old. Guy is so freaking young. As I told you, it was good. He beat Shingo. He got him beat those top veteran guys. Like, you knew Shingo had no shot at winning this match, but it's another name to notch on this reign for Callum.
I would love a good Shingo title run, like, soon. But yeah, I think we were both right in saying that Callum was gonna walk away with this one.
Yeah. You know what, Nick? And also plan B is just have him and Drilla do a full tag run officially and just win the tag titles.
Yeah.
Maybe
honestly,
they can beat Yuto Ice and Oscar, maybe, you know?
Yeah, have they had a match against Yuto Ice and Oscar?
I don't know. Because I gotta be honest, they have been tag team champions for a super long time.
It feels like a while, but I don't
remember who they beat at this point. And I watch the stuff every week.
They beat Ishii and Taichi for the belts.
Oh,
I remember that.
That's right.
But I don't remember if they ever. No, they didn't face Tsuji and Drilla because I believe Drilla got injured.
You're also
so they had something planned and they had to scrap it because of Drilla got injured.
Yeah.
And so I don't think they've ever made their way back around to it.
I think they could. No, again, but we're also talking again. It depends on where they see Drilla fitting in, right? Is he a global champion? Is he going to be in the main event scene, or is he just going to be another tag guy with Shingo at the end of the year? They do need to build better challengers for Yuto Ice and Oscar. I don't really see a team right now. I'm like, those guys should obviously just beat the Knockout Brothers. But I thought it was two very strong nights. I thought the United Empire, the goal, and we called it. The goal of these shows was to show United Empire is the faction right now in the company. They're going to be on top. And they are. They have a lot of titles right now. They are going into Best of Super Juniors as well with Akira and JAY. Akira usually goes deep in Best of Super Juniors, so I think he's great. Ospreay committing is awesome. I'm excited to see who Ospreay, Great O'Khan, and Hanare fight next for the Never Openweight 6-man titles, and the slow build of the inevitable breakup. The inevitable breakup of Ospreay and Callum Newman is the story of the company over the next 6 months of 2026. Before we go, I said my pick was Fujita. Are you also going to pick Fujita for Best of Super Juniors?
I think it makes the most sense. I do want to let me see. Let me look at I want to see the blocks. Where are the probably have that on the website somewhere. I'm on the New Japan website right now. There it is. There's a lineup. Yeah, now that Doki's pulled,
I'll talk about this Moxley in a second.
Now that Doki's pulled, El Desperado is a good pick, but I think he's also been champion recently.
Yeah.
I honestly would love a Master Wato win. I don't think we'll get it this year. He's already won a Super Junior and did not win the belt, but I would love a Master Wato recognition here. But yeah, I think Vegeta is easily the best option out of the whole block. They do have some really interesting non-New Japan entrants this year.
Yeah.
Jun Kasai, is that he's Jun Kasai? I feel like I always say that one wrong.
Say it again.
Jun Kasai.
I always get the name wrong. I think I did too. I have to look it up.
I'm sorry,
Nick Wayne's in the tournament.
Yeah, that one, great pick. That one's gonna be super interesting. And then Nick Wayne is making his return, which will be really fun. As well as
are you talking about Daisuke or no?
No, Daisuke is from DDT.
Yeah.
I don't know about him. I haven't watched a lot of DDT.
Nor do I.
I've been meaning to watch the tournament that they've got going on right now. I've seen some clips.
He's wrestling
and the matches look so good.
He is wrestling Destiny to start the tournament in the semi-main on Thursday. So
I think that'll be really good. Hyo, I did watch a handful of matches from WrestleMania weekend.
Gotcha.
From Dragon Gate, and he's pretty good. I will say that we're gonna have some good matches out of him as well. So I think this might be one of the better Super Juniors that we've had recently.
I do want to bring up something. I completely forgot it because it was the opening match. It wasn't in the final three. Takeshita beat Chase Owens. It had a usual shenanigans. Takeshita won, so that's the only thing I was like happy about. But we called it. Sonata. Whip-de frickin' do, bro. Whip-de frickin' do. He shouldn't beat Takeshita. Sorry. Someone else should. Yeah. Takeshita's done a really good job putting over young talent in New Japan. Put over Oleg, put over Tsuji. He should Sonata. I don't care. I got to be honest. I've never been a Sonata guy. Him and Evil were a good tag team, but I liked Evil more than Sonata. And then the single, like when he was world champion, I was like, this is like the bad point for New Japan. He was the guy. I was like, this is rough. He has an interesting look. He's had a weird 18 months. Like he was in Bullet Club, and then like 2 months later, he already turned on them and was in House of Torture. You're like, okay. Do you care, Sonata and Takeshita? Do you care about this at all?
I think it'll be a good match, but I definitely think Takeshita should hold on to the TV title. I think Sonata with like already with his pedigree probably shouldn't be fighting for the TV title.
Sure.
I was honestly shocked that they had Takeshita fighting for the TV title.
I like it though. I do.
I like it. When it first got announced, I was like, really? Former IWGP heavyweight champion with the TV title. But I was like, after watching it for a while, and I really kind of looked into the TV title, I was like, this is fine. But yeah, Sonata, after kind of just disappearing for a while, I don't think should get strapped up that fast.
Yep. Jake Lee versus Takeshita. Can we not get Jake Lee? Now you're annoying me more. You hated House of Torture. Now you hate House of Torture. Now you love Jake Lee. I mean, what is happening, Moxley? Do you just find the exact bits that you know is going to aggravate me? Seriously. Jake Lee and Takeshita? Can we freaking not? I mean, come on. Takeshita is better than this. I'm excited for Takeshita to hopefully beat Sonata. We do have to wrap things up. What a fun episode. Our comment section was on fire today. So thanks, Moxley. And
thank you, everybody.
We had some hearts on Facebook. We had some likes on Facebook as well. So thanks for everyone, including Cass liked our post on Facebook. So thanks, Cass, as well for joining us. But this was a great show today. Love doing this with you every single Friday. We'll be back next week. And really the next month of shows, guys, we'll be breaking down the matches of Best Super Juniors for the next month. We're in tournament mode. So next week we'll break down our preview, how did the first night go, and who we think could be pulling away. So without further ado, Blackhawk, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me at Blackhawk Walker on all social media and on Instagram at the Blackhawk Walker. You can also find me on Patreon. My review for night 2 will be up pretty soon. I had it set to come out this morning and it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. So that will be coming out very soon, as well as I believe the Marvelous 10-year anniversary show. I'm watching that when we get off here. So that review should be out tonight. So if that interests you at all, go to Patreon and subscribe to Blackhawk Walker. It is free, not charging you a dime. As well as subscribe to Body Slam on Patreon. They've still got with all that's going on right now, we're still putting out news, still putting out all kinds of stuff on the Patreon. So if you're looking for breaking news, exclusive stuff, make sure to go check that out.
Thank you. And also please follow Body Slam across all of our social media platforms. That's TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I do breakdowns every single night of the week, basically for pro wrestling. So please tune in over there, as well as post shows for YouTube and things like this. Follow me at Dinberg Max on Twitter, Maximo on Instagram. Again, please support everyone who works for BioSlam.net. A lot of good people are still here, including us. So please help support everyone who's still working for BioSlam. That's subscribing to our YouTube channel, following us on socials, subscribing to our Patreon. And just, even if you're just here in the comments with us, just talking with us, truly, I mean, the fact that we already have over 200 people talking to us right now truly means a lot. So thanks, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time for another episode of Not So Young Lions.
Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you!